I'm Shannon Haddock, and I am here at the Hoover Library. We're starting a new series, Birmingham Reads, sponsored by PEN America, and it is a chance for everyone to get together and read the same book in the community. This book is South to America by Imani Perry, who is a Birmingham native, and we will be having our event on September 15th at 7 p.m. on the Library Plaza. We'll have a panel discussion about certain chapters of the book, but you don't have to read the book to come. Please come and pick up your book to check out at the event and enjoy the discussion. So can y'all tell me, how did Birmingham Reads come about and how did you get involved as teaching artists?
For me, my mentor, Ashley Jones, who's the poet laureate of Alabama, she
Love her.
contacted me, I want to say it was in June, at the beginning of June, about Birmingham Reads, because in her role as poet laureate, she works with PEN America, and she contacted me about them wanting to start the Birmingham Reads initiative, and it being an opportunity to engage Birminghamians in reading the same book and encouraging us as a community to read more. And part of the program is highlighting Alabama authors. So every year they will choose an author from Alabama, like Imani Perry.
Well, that's great. I didn't realize it was going to be every year. That's fantastic.
That is the goal.
Yes, yes. And how did you get involved? Just the same with Ashley reaching out to you?
Very similar to Jordan. Ashley reached out to me. At the time I was working at a call center, which I felt like after I got the invite, it was a turn of events for me because I'm now a full-time artist, which I definitely am thankful to Ashley and PEN America for the opportunity.
And Magic City Poetry Festival.
Yes, Magic City Poetry Festival, one of my favorite events.
Yes.
So yeah, I definitely have a lot of gratitude, and especially the emphasis on highlighting Birmingham authors. I think a lot of times people think Birmingham is behind in times and they don't really credit Birmingham authors, but they've contributed so much to the literary world. So we're really here to emphasize that and emphasize Black stories and history.
It's so funny that you say that, because like I was sitting in one of my grad classes last year, and it was right after Ashley had been named poet laureate, and I was like, we have the first like Black woman poet laureate, and I go to Georgia State, and so like my professor was like, oh, Alabama has a Black woman, and I'm just like, Georgia hasn't had any Black poet laureates.
Say that.
I know, and she has done so much for our community. Her and Alina's stepping next to you, just fantastic girl too. And what should people expect? There's a whole series of events throughout the community, and kickoff, of course, is at the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute on September 2nd at 7 p.m. And do you know more about how the audience will interact with you as Bleeds?
So I'm certainly excited for September 2nd. It's going to be almost like a party. So I'm ready to dance.
Yes.
I love to dance, so I'm really looking forward to that one. So basically, we're having it as a dance because the introduction of the book is actually about a quadrille. Yes. So basically, the quadrille is like this really interesting dance, and one of the a premise of the book is that there's no linear history. We're all kind of doing this dance, and things are not happening in like this linear order. Things are always intertwined. So that's one of my favorite aspects of the book. So it's an introduction. It's definitely a kickoff. So that's something to expect. Yeah.
I've been listening to the book, and I love her voice, and I'm about halfway through, so I am getting, and so many things she hits on in the book feel like home to me. She talks about Birmingham. She talks about the controversy with Angela Davis. She talks about the Civil Rights Institute, all of that. And have you come to your favorite part of the book, or anything that you could tell us about from the book?
My favorite part is the way she uses language for me. I love when like aphorisms are used. I love when something in dialect is infused because I think a lot of the times we don't value that, and when we don't value it, it doesn't get preserved. So just across the board, that's my favorite part is the word choice.
I would have to agree, especially because one of my research interests is like the use of language, especially in academia. And that's actually the topic of our November 18th session, is decolonizing language. So we'll look at Imani Perry's use of language, and we will have a fight club, is what my mentor coined it, Darif Jameson. He will also be there to like introduce the fight club. But he believes that iron sharpens iron. So that's why he calls it a fight club, and that it allows us to come to a deeper understanding. So we'll be looking at, the two teams will debate whether or not Imani Perry's use of language is organic intellect or academic intellect, and how that relates.
I would say, in my opinion, this is a very accessible book. This is not an intimidating book, even though the woman is very intimidating sounding. She's like from Birmingham, but teaches at Princeton. You know, Henry Louis Gates was her advisor. It's like accolade upon accolade, but yet she's written a book that is very readable. She uses modern language. She brings in rap songs. She's talking about all aspects, and it's very, very interesting read. So what should we expect at the Hoover Library on September 15th, the second event of the series? Is there any specific you got planned?
So we have a panel discussion planned with a few scholars here in Birmingham. We have, my mind just blinked for a second on the names.
You do want me to add the
Yes,
names?
my mind just like.
Yeah.
So we'll have Carrie Fountain, who is a local artist. He just wrapped up with the Cherry Tree Project, and I'm sure they'll have more events soon. It's basically about the history of lynching in Alabama. And then Dicarius Blevins, who was also involved with the Cherry Tree Project. And then we'll have Dr. Samantha Briggs as well.
Fantastic. I'm so excited. And I'm so glad y'all came. And we'll get this out on social media and hopefully get excitement brewing. For more information about the rest of the series of events, please check out hooverlibrary.org/Birmingham Reads.